Hello everybody, this is Bronze League Gamer giving you another game. Of course, Starcraft 2, as it always has been and always probably will be. It is going to be, this time is StarNaN versus Millennium's Stephano. So, let's see if Stephano can win. I don't know why I'm saying Stephano can win, but yeah, let's just see if Stephano can win. Actually, I prefer it, I prefer if the Protoss StarNaN won, because after all, I do play Protoss, and, well, I haven't really heard about this StarNaN character. It says on his Wikipedia he plays for Western something or other. I don't really care. So, I know that Stephano is not on Team Millennium, actually. Now that I said Millennium Stephano, he is now on Team EG. But this must have been before he changed, which is fine. It was only a few days ago though, so I don't know if he's actually changed his name on the ladder or not yet. I assume he has. I have not seen his stream recently though. So, what have we got going on right now? We're not going to have anything interesting going on for the first few minutes, I am sure. I say the first few minutes, the first couple of minutes at least. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit, as I tend to do, just because I don't necessarily want to bore you right now. And some drone harass, trying to steal those minerals right now and disrupt the economy of the Zerg. But it comes at the cost of not being able to delay that hatchery. The hatchery did go down first. I guess StarNaN was thinking that. I don't know what he was thinking of, I suppose. Whatever. It looks like Stephano is looking like he may be wanting to put down the spawning pool next. Yes, just to ward off any harass. And we don't have a Forge Fast Expand from StarNaN, which is uncharacteristic of a Protoss player, but whatever. He can do whatever he wants. Wouldn't waste chance of playing with you on a cannon rush, says StarNaN. Well, fair enough. I guess he wanted to play he wants to play a proper macro game, and Millennium Stephano does say, probably yeah, because he knows that he is a legend. So he's he's saying for practice. StarNaN is saying that he wants some practice against him. Fair enough. Well, he is choking up because he's creating probes and they are not going to the mineral field, so that is going to cost StarNaN dearly. Stephano is going for the three hatcheries, which you would expect. And yeah, so it looks like a little bit of harass potentially is going to come from StarNaN, and I will slow it down once we get there, but it's not happening right now. And a couple of 3 hidden gateways in the top right hand corner, but to be honest, Stephano can expect that to happen. And we have got a Roach Warren going down, and it looks like we're going to have Stephano's classic, is it 11.5 minutes now, attack, and we've got a Roach attack, and now we've got Stephano, who looks like he knew that that this attack was going to be imminent, and he has created a few Zerglings, and he's creating another 12 Zerglings as well, as he knows that more of an attack is going to happen, I guess because of the number of units that are there already. StarNaN is going to pick off a few Zerglings, and he needs to warp in some new units, but Stephano is on the ball now, and he is creating 7 Roaches, so it looks like this is going to get shot down quite quickly already. The game hasn't really even begun. How long have I been talking for? Not for very long. So anyway, StarNaN is going to try and make this work and get a few kills, but the Roaches are almost out. No Roaches coming out of this hatchery, but they are coming down right now. And Stephano trying to get the surround, and he's done an extremely good job of surrounding those Stalkers, although they do manage to escape, which is very unfortunate for Stephano. And yeah, the attack continues from StarNaN. It looks like he may go for this hatchery after, but 16 Zerglings, another 7 Roaches being produced, along with +1 weapons from StarNaN. And this is a hell of a lot of Zealots, so he's going to go straight for the hatchery. And Stephano is going to try and pick off these Zealots to prevent that from happening. And he has prevented it for now. More Zerglings rushing through, and I don't think the StarNaN is going to be successful. He is going to back it up. At least he has a second base still, and he hasn't gone all in on this. So it looks like we will see StarNaN able to fight another day, and Stephano is going to counter by the looks of things, just to see He's going to have a scout around to make sure there aren't any pylons lying around, and then he is going to launch an attack at the main. And there are quite a few sentries now, so they're going to be able to. He's going to be able to block off that front with the force fields, and one lonely cannon being produced, and now we're going to get some immortals being produced as well to stop these pesky roaches from doing too much damage. And Stephano is now heavily droning up because he has successfully, well, he's now ahead. What can we expect from StarNaN now? Hopefully he can make it back. But at the moment, all he's got is sentries, so all he's going to be able to do is our force fields right about now, and he's only got one photon cannon and what's that? 4 stalkers and 1 immortal against all these roaches. And I don't know if Stephano wants to make any roaches now, but he's not going to have that timing attack that he wanted before. Oh dear, Stephano is going to lose some roaches, but he is going to try and focus down some sentries, although there was a good force fields to prevent that from happening. And he only lost 1 sentry from there, and a couple of... Let's have a look at the units lost. So, units lost is actually favouring Stephano right now, and Stephano is making 22 Zerglings, so he's going to try and break down this front wall again, and StarNaN is trying to go for his 3rd, but it's going to... Ooh, it's going to be close. I don't think Stephano does have enough to deal with this, and he might try and block off the entrance. Oh no, quick cancel, thank God for StarNaN, so he's going to still be in the game. He saves those minerals. That would have been bad news for StarNaN, but he is blocking off the front with some gateways to prevent Zerglings for Zerglings or roaches from running up this top bit straight away. And I guess he's going to try and go and take the 3rd again, because that seems like the sensible choice at the moment. It is now 3 base against 2, but it's going to be 4 base against 2 soon. And oh dear, it was too late for that, too early for that Nexus to go down, I suppose. But it did distract the roaches for a little bit, so I guess that could have been a good plan. Units lost. That is now favouring the Protoss by 1,000, which is good news. And more Zerglings being produced by Stephano, and yes, StarNaN has been successful and has gotten the 3rd up, so that's extremely good news for... Well, he will get the 3rd up, sorry, he hasn't got the 3rd up, but now we've got more Zerglings being produced, and I guess he's going to... Well, he knows they can't get through this area. I don't think the Zerglings can run through here. I mean, there is a tiny little gap there, but I think that it doesn't work that way, unfortunately for Stephano. But we've got the 4th almost finished for Stephano, and well, StarNaN is not looking in he's looking in okay condition, but now the Spire is going up along with the Hive, so it looks like we're going to get some Broodlords soon enough, which is going to be extremely bad news for StarNaN. I mean, let's have a look at what kind of units are we looking at right now. We've got 70 Zerglings and 6 Infestors, so Stephano doesn't look like he's going to be spending too much of his gas now. I suppose he is upgrading. He is upgrading his attack and defense on his ground units, which of course will benefit those Broodlords. God, I can't talk at the moment. And look, here's the Great Spire. Broodlords will be on their way soon enough, and with another expansion taken, that's going to be giving another 33% gas. And there was a drop here which got completely shot down. The Spy is kind of in the corner, so it drops will be much more difficult for StarNaN. I mean, I love this placement actually, because drops, warping in units will be very difficult for StarNaN to do, and I guess StarNaN knows that. I'm very interested actually. There's another Spy going down there, and yeah, it's just really difficult to do. You have to put your warp prism right there, and I guess can you even drop units there, warp units there? I don't know, but the Great Spire is almost finished. Corrupt has been produced, and we've got adrenal glands and the melee and ground upgrades, ground armor upgrades for Stephano. So this is Well, this is looking extremely good for Stephano. He's even taking a 5th now, and this is bad news for StarNaN, especially if, well, I guess Stephano really just wants the gas mainly for this. But there are Void Rays being produced by StarNaN. I don't know if Stephano knows about that, but the thing is, a lot of Zerg players invest all their money in Broodlords and don't leave any corrupt to spare. So it can be actually quite good news if StarNaN does not reveal those Void Rays, and he's even getting Protoss shields. He's getting Protoss shields now. He's not getting armor level 3, and he's getting Protoss shields. So Stephano, I think he may know what's up if he sees the Protoss shields, because if he sees that instead of the armor, then he's going to be extremely confused as to what's going on, and he must only assume that there are going to be some flying units in production. And yeah, I think that's extremely silly of StarNaN, I suppose, because that's what I would think. And this is an extremely large army, more Broodlords in production. We've got 9 overall now, and the 5th of Stephano's is going to get attacked, and there is no creep going through there, so it's a very unprotected hatchery. And these Zealots are going to go down, which is good news for Stephano. And StarNaN is moving out. He's going to try and snipe some of these Broodlords. He manages to get 1, 2, and 3, but he needs to get out of there right now. Look at all those, oh dear, all those Stalkers get completely destroyed. That was awful. And what? Oh, and a Zergling run by as well. Hold position on those Zerglings, taking out, I assume, was quite a lot of workers. Only 10 workers, but we do have the mothership in production now, and more Void Rays. I don't know where the Void Rays are. How many Void Rays are there? There's just 1 Void Ray on the field, and Zerglings running around everywhere. Dark Shrine being produced there as well. Stephano knocking at that door of StarNaN. Not going to be successful. The 4th has gone down for StarNaN as well, which is going to be good for his economy. And he's not looking too bad, I suppose. But I think that Stephano in the end is just gonna run right over this Protoss. And Stephano wants to, I guess he wants to get more gas, I suppose, but maybe not. He's just mining out those minerals right now. He has put down the extractors, but he's not doing anything with them right now. He is preoccupied with other things. And he's just got Zerglings all over the place, just trying to do some damage. And takes out that photon cannon right straight away, and more attack going for these Zealots. These Zealots are not on attack move, so they are getting picked off. And another attack at this 5th. Is it 5th or 6th now? I don't know which one we call the 5th or 6th, but at this expansion here anyway, and the bottom right expansion, I suppose I could call it. And yes, it's successfully held off because Stephano did put those spine crawlers there because he knows it's undefended. And yeah, spine crawlers placed all over the place really, because, well, once you've got so many minerals, you can go ahead and do that. Make a lot of spine crawlers. And another attack, but a DT attack this time for StarNaN, but there is a spore crawler there, so that isn't going to be successful. And look at the number of Broodlords from Stephano, it's absolutely insane. And the number of banked resources from Stephano is quite crazy as well. So, oh, here comes a little attack from StarNaN, killing off some probes, but does it matter? It's not going to put him too far behind. It is 75 probes against 62. So there are less probes for Stephano, but he has got a lot of bases, and he is mining out a lot of gas, which is going to be essential for extra Broodlord production, I guess. And so we've got 75 drones here, 75 now. Tons more spying crawlers being produced, and corruptors as well. So I don't know if he's seen those void rays. He probably has now. And here is an attack on those, on that army. Okay, it wasn't really an attack on that army. What am I talking about? We have Stephano just, well, he's just sitting back. He doesn't need to attack right now. He's getting the neural parasite so that he can, well, neural parasite that mothership when the time comes, and then just get rid of the vortexes, which is, well, which is fair enough. And a Dark Templar may get killed, maybe? No. Never mind. And I guess Stephano, does he care about having... he has got a army of overseers now, so that's pretty good for him. And StarNaN looks like he's just going to camp out at this expansion here to prevent the mining of units. And he's even going to try and take out a spore crawler for free. I don't know if Stephano is going to pull any units back. It looks like he's sending some Zerglings up there, so that's going to shut that down. And, well, it looks like a few kills are going to be had for StarNaN, but at the cost of 3 Stalkers, so that was not a great trade-off. And Protoss shields level 3 are about to be completed to beef up those Archons significantly. Of course, that's another reason why you might want to get plasma shields first, I suppose. But StarNaN is saying, how do I attack? Because, well, look at this spread. Stephano is saying that you can't. So I don't know if he's just messing around trying to psych out his opponent or what. But this is going to be a very interesting battle when it does happen. StarNaN is deciding not to engage here where all the broodlords and infestors are, and he is making it down into the bottom right hand corner where he knows that the army isn't. So Stephano is pulled out of position, and he's now sending his whole army over, and it will come after the hatchery goes down. And that was a good pick-off by StarNaN, so I don't know. That's very good for StarNaN. He gets a free base, but he is going to get cornered here if he tries to take out this base. This is extremely bad news for StarNaN. I don't know. I don't think that was a great idea from him. All the infestors are going to try and very clever. I forgot that he left his mothership back, so he could use the mass recall. And this is the kind of play that we're going to be seeing in the future with Protoss in Heart of the Swarm. Is a lot of mass recalls. And crap! Someone is knocking at the door, so I'll be back in a sec.